So we're here to solve this Canal View by Prasanna Seshadri with a 1-3-5 theme. I'm seeing a few places I guess I can get started. One is I'll just mark in my normal notations some spots around these ones where I'm not taking both of these cells. In marking some of those in, you'll actually see some simple cells you can never reach because you'll isolate yourself from the grid. There's not a ton that starts off from that progress, but I do think there is utility in seeing some of these pieces. Really my eye is being drawn then to this bottom clue and actually where it's seeing this large clue as well. There's something to at least mark in here. I can see as many as 3 cells to the left, but not 4 because this is incompatible for 1 clue. So 3 plus 2 is required this way. These two can't get all the way to that 3 for the same reason. I'd have 4 cells seen, so I get these two coming back as a starting point. I think we have to figure out how we want to get in and out of this corner. And I guess one thing I'm seeing is if I, for instance, don't take this cell, I have to come this way out. And in coming that way out, I'm really overloading those 3 clues. So I think there's actually a constraint like this. I can't shade both of these cells. And notice that the only way this can come down and to the left is if I actually connect through this path because of the X's I've marked in the grid. And so if I can't come out this way, I have to come out this way. And so these are cells. If I go back to my known shading pattern, I can come over here with this color and mark them in. Coming out this way means this 5 clues actually finish, which does put in this cell. That means this 3 sees 3. This 5 is seeing 5. This cell can't be taken, so we've got to come this way. Black comes up this for the shaded path. The 3 now on the right edge has just these 3 cells it can see. This in the corner has just these 3 cells we can see, so it's good progress. Connectivity would say we're coming down and taking this cell, but now I have a 3 clue that can't see more than 1 more cell. So I can't come through this channel. And it looks like another thing's going to be true in this puzzle. In each corner we can come sort of in an outer bend, an inner bend, or we can come through the center. And the center is only be able to cross once because of how these 1 clues work. And so I think we've now in this upper right corner have enough structure. No, we're not coming around the top because of this unmarked cell. We're not coming through here because of the X. So we're going to be connecting these cells through here. And this group has to come through the center. So this will be a quick placement of all those cells to make the path work out. Do we have a little more than that? Maybe we do. This top section to stay connected has to come through these, and so they can't cross over this X. In this upper left group, I can now come around this outer cornering or this inner cornering, but notice the outer cornering is going to always take 6 cells. So when I've got a 3 clue in that corner, that's not going to work. So I have to take this inner cornering. That's now almost leading to tension. If I took this cell, I'd finish this 5 clues, so that's curious. I guess coming back to the middle, this has to extend 1 more cell. That marks us off. This 5 can take 3 coming up, but not 4 coming up, so it takes 2 coming down. It can take as many as 4 coming down, so it always takes 1 coming up. That means this 3 can take just 2 in this way. It always has to take this way. That means this 3 can see these 2, but always needs to take 1 more down. That puts this in, that puts this in. That now breaks the ability for this to all be connected for the 5. Puts in this mark. We've got to get now with this marked off from the bottom to the top, so these can be marked in. We'll want to think about probably the reach of some of these clues, but maybe a place to go is actually back to the 5. So from the no 2x2 rule, after I take these 2, I can take 1 here, I can take a 4th here, take a 5th here. So this 5 actually already sees 4 cells now in its required shading. Notice if the 3 comes this way, it's still not getting out from the grid, so this 3 in the corner has to extend by getting out this way, and I think that means it has to take all those 3 cells, and that's going to clean this up pretty quickly. It now puts some good tension. Let's see, even is it true over here? We have to make this 5 work out, so how does this go? This we have 1 cell, we can take 1 more coming down, but from the 2x2 rule, not 2 coming down. This would be 3, this would be 4, this has to be 5, but in shading that we get 4 more cells marked in, so all these are marked off. So you've actually finished the right side of the grid. Let's think about how we corner down here, because it seems cornering is a key step. One thing to maybe consider is like, is there a situation where I don't sort of come through here? If I only take these cells, I fulfill this 3, I also fulfill this 5, but in doing that, when this 5 connects, I don't get another cell around this 5, so that's going to be a problem. That's a pretty involved deduction to see, but I think is sort of a constraint between these joined clues, and then I take 1, 2, 3 cells to see this, with this I guess as well. If I come through this corner, I effectively mark off too much together, so I do have to come through this channel to make this work. This 3 now is seeing 2 cells, can't take this one. This 3 is seeing 2 cells, can't take through to this one, so I've got to come through this channel. That completes these 1 clues. I see 1, 2, 3 for that 3, finishes out here, 2 by 2 rule finishes there. This 3 always has to take this clue, but can't take any more coming down. This is for connectivity. I still need to get 1 more around this 5 clue, and the issue is actually taking this 4th cell as we talked about before, so it takes a 2nd cell here. Can't reach to this cell, but can take this to get out to 5 for the remaining clues, and we finish this puzzle. So a good Thursday challenge from Prasanna, a really great use in the geometry of giving 2 kinds of cornering paths around the grid and solving from this lower right where we take the outer part, the upper right where we take neither and come through the center, the upper left where we've got to take this, and also the lower left we've got to take the inner path. Those seem to be the key look-aheads to use, and that these odd clues couldn't get even groups between them, like you can't get 4 cells from this 5 to this 3, and so forth around the grid. Good interplay between the numbers as well, so really brilliant puzzle. Hopefully you learned something from this video, and if you enjoyed this style, again, check out the links below for a book with more collection of these, as well as other Canal View puzzles on the website. Thanks, we'll see you again soon.